The Samsung S90F and Samsung S90H are both capable of making the Xbox Series X feel dramatically more premium thanks to OLED contrast, 4K 120Hz gaming, VRR, and exceptionally fast response. But the newer S90H adds 165Hz and glare-free, and only one of those upgrades really matters for Xbox owners once you stop looking at the specification sheet. Xbox Series X can output games at up to 120Hz in compatible titles, which means both televisions already provide more refresh rate capability than the console itself requires. The S90F reaches up to 144Hz, while the S90H pushes that ceiling to 165Hz. But neither number allows the Xbox to suddenly run games beyond the console's own supported output. For that reason, I would not choose the S90H simply because 165Hz sounds better. On Xbox Series X, the more important features are 4K 120Hz support, VRR, low input lag, and the ability to maintain smooth gameplay when frame rates change during demanding scenes. VRR is especially useful because not every game stays perfectly locked to its target frame rate, particularly in visually complex open-world games or performance modes. Allowing the television to synchronize more closely with the console can reduce tearing and make those fluctuations feel less distracting, and both Samsung models are extremely capable in this area. OLED picture quality also gives Xbox games a major visual advantage. Dark environments can become genuinely black because individual pixels switch off completely, while explosions, neon signs, headlights, reflections, and other HDR effects remain precisely controlled against those darker backgrounds. This can make everything from cinematic adventures to racing games feel more dimensional and immersive. Motion clarity is another strength shared by both TVs because OLED pixels respond extremely quickly. Rapid camera movements remain clean, fast cars are easier to follow, and competitive games feel responsive without the slower pixel transitions that can create visible smearing on some LCD-based displays. Before choosing between them, check the current prices through the links in the description, because the S90F becomes especially difficult to ignore if retailers begin discounting it heavily next to the newer S90H. There is one difference Xbox owners should also understand. Samsung still does not support Dolby Vision, including Dolby Vision gaming. Xbox Series X can use Dolby Vision with compatible displays, but neither the S90F nor S90H gives you that option. So the newer model does not solve one of Samsung's longest-running limitations. That makes the upgrade decision even more dependent on something much more practical: glare-free. OLED looks spectacular in a dark room, but reflections can become distracting when you play during the day, especially in games with dark streets, caves, or interiors. The S90H's glare-free treatment helps reduce those reflections and makes the screen easier to see without constantly changing the lighting in your room. This is the upgrade that matters more to me than 165Hz for Xbox Series X. If you usually play at night or have good control over the room lighting, the S90F already gives you everything important for Xbox gaming, including 4K 120Hz, VRR, excellent response, and perfect OLED blacks. If the S90F is significantly cheaper, I would buy it and save the money, because the actual Xbox experience will remain extremely close. However, if you play in a bright living room, reflections regularly bother you, or the price difference is small, I would choose the Samsung S90H. Glare-free makes it the more versatile television, while the additional 165Hz capability can still become useful later if you also connect a gaming PC. If both models were selling at similar prices, my recommendation would be the Samsung S90H. But for an Xbox Series X setup in a controlled room, a heavily discounted S90F could easily be the smarter purchase. If you would like to check today's price, availability, or read buyer reviews, you will find the links in the description below.